Winter is brutal on our skin.
Yeah.
Duh. But it might be even tougher on our teeth. True story. In fact, cold air, burning hot drinks, and dry mouth are not just bothersome, they can lead to sneaky dental problems, JD.
Doesn't surprise me a bit. And by the way, your oral health is a big indicator of your physical health as well.
True.
Here to break it all down, the biggest mistakes that people make with their teeth in winter and the easy fixes that are going to keep your smile healthy all season long is Dr. Pia Lieb. Dr. Pia, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you.
The arbiter of gorgeous teeth. Real talk. How is the winter wreaking havoc on our teeth?
Well, the temperature changes. Once we walk out in these frigid temperatures, what happens is your enamel constricts. So the biggest problem is that if you have sensitive teeth, you walk out in the cold, you feel it.
Right.
And the other problem is when you have a runny nose, congestion, a lot of times people mistake tooth pain for sinus issues.
Oh, right. All right, let's talk about some of the culprits, some of the things that are going to be damaging to your teeth or challenging for your teeth. And we're going to start with something that breaks my heart, which is because I drink a lot of hot coffee, but hot coffee apparently can be a danger in the winter.
It can, especially like the biggest trend, and everyone's doing it, is walking down the street with a hot beverage, whether it's coffee or tea. Now, when we have these frigid temperatures outside, what winds up happening is with the hot, the enamel expands, and then after you stop sipping it, then this frigid air hits it, and then the enamel constricts. So what winds up happening is you get small microfractures in the teeth. Which is permanent, by the way.
So imagine like pouring a cup of hot coffee on your windshield that's cold.
Exactly.
Right? And then
have you seen the TikTok where people are pouring hot water on their windshields and then they break?
I haven't, but it does not surprise me that that's happening and happening on TikTok.
So that is a thing that can.
It's not as severe. Not as severe,
but a
windshield, but you get microfractures. And once you wind up getting multiple ones, then you can have small chips in your teeth, like on the ridges, sensitivity.
I bet that's what that is.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly
I'm
hyper aware of now my teeth. Okay, you mentioned you could the winter season, cold medicine. Bad for the teeth?
Bad for the teeth, because the biggest problem with cold medicine, they all have decongestants, and that really dries your mouth out. So when you get dry mouth, the problem is that increases cavities because saliva neutralizes the acid in your mouth. And then on top of all of that, if you have dry mouth, you can get inflammation of the gums. There's complications, so try to stay away as much as possible from the, if you can, but hydration is key. So try to drink warm tea, stay indoors. Obviously, again, don't go outside and drink warm tea if you have a cold, because that's not going to make it any better.
So when we have a cold, a lot of times people get stuffed up. That can lead to mouth breathing, and mouth breathing
same thing.
Also problematic, right?
Same thing, because you're getting dry mouth, and once you get dry mouth, that does increase cavities, and you don't want that. You want to just stay hydrated. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I mean, what I really love is coconut water.
Okay, sure.
And make sure it doesn't have sugar in it.
Right,
no sugar added.
Right. Well, you're a dentist. You have to say that.
That's right.
You're required, but you're also not wrong.
That's right. Cough drops, bad.
Cough drops, very bad.
Okay.
Majority that are sold, except for the ones that say sugar-free, 99% of them contain sugar.
It's like candy.
So it's like eating candy, and you know, everyone eats one after the other just to help, or even if they have a sore throat. Even the sore throat medication has sugar in it. So we have to be very careful that we get the sugar-free.
Okay.
Last up, and because I am guilty of the coffee, I am also guilty of this one, the whitening strips. Is there something about the whitening strips in winter that's particularly bad, or is it year-round? Or?
Well, if you're using the whitening strip, we're not going to mention the names because we're not.
Sure. But they're right there.
But the point is, if you're using them in the cold, your teeth, the pores, the enamel rods open when you're using the hydrogen peroxide. That's how it lifts the color. So when your enamel rods are open and you hit the cold air outside, you get these zingers. It's like scratching a chalkboard with your fingernails. It's like, Okay. So try not to use them in the winter. My recommendation is like start in March. And the other thing with the strips are they're straight and your gum line is scalloped.
Not straight.
So what winds up happening is if you put them too high, then you wind up burning the gum, and if you put them too low, you wind up having a yellow ring. So my recommendation: get it done professionally. Either you get custom trays in your dental office, or you get laser whitening, but make sure that the gum is protected so you don't put the peroxide on the gum tissue.
Nice.
Always full of
Such good
incredible information. Thank you so much, Dr. Pia.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
As I continue to touch my
Touching your
teeth.
teeth.
If you want more cosmetic dental information, check out Dr. Pia Lieb on Instagram at dr.pia.